This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. On these shields, boys!
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Good Tuesday morning to you. I hope everybody had a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day yesterday, if you celebrate the holiday. Um, the way we were celebrating the holiday and we were having a great time is me and Mrs. Shady took little Miss Shady and all the grandkids to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Um, it's always wonderful when you see your grandkids and they see an animal or something that they've never seen before. They learn something about a certain animal that they didn't know, and that just that look of wonder in their eyes. It's great. It's part of what makes being Papa great. But while we were there, um, I guess it was around 4 o'clock. Excuse me. I guess it was around 4 o'clock. I get a text message and says you got to check this out. So I went, and sure enough, the Colorado House of Representatives had decided that the Appropriations Committee would hear SB 25-003 today, Tuesday. Now, the Appropriations Committee usually only hears bills on Fridays. It's been a long standing tradition that they only heard bills on Fridays. They had three bills that they were going to hear today. Two of those bills were allowing testimony, but not SB 25-003. They put this out yesterday, I think around 1 o'clock. I got word around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I think they put it out around 1:30 that they were going to hear this bill today. And that did a couple of things. And the main thing that it did was it didn't give anybody any kind of time to get anything ready to oppose the bill. Um, they've been known to do this before. Several years ago, they coined a new term for a blizzard. They called it a bomb cyclone. We had a bomb cyclone hit Colorado Springs, and in the middle of the night, in the middle of a blizzard, they passed another bill. It's typical. It's standard operating procedures for these socialist progressives that are running this state. Um, I have gotten news, sad to say, that SB 25-003, it is only about 10:30 in the morning here. It has already passed the Appropriations Committee. That is the kind of thing that we are dealing with here in Colorado. The past two hearings that the Senate and the House have had on this, or the past three hearings that the Senate and the House have had on this, there has been just astronomical opposition to this bill. I mean, just person after person after person testifying against this bill, and they completely ignored the will of the people. Folks, in my book, the way I see it, that's called tyranny. And when tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Now, don't go grabbing anything and heading out the door and heading to Denver. Don't do that. What I'm talking about, the way that we rebel against this is the same way we've been rebelling against it. We do not shut up. We do not let them silence us on this thing. It is unconstitutional, anti-Second Amendment, and illegal. It violates your civil rights the way they have this thing in place. What's going to happen with it now is it will go back to the Senate and they will have to vote on it with all the new little additions and amendments and stuff that have been tacked on it as these people have jumped through fiery hoops to try to get it passed. Right now, Do not give up emailing, writing, calling your state representatives, your state senators, and Governor Jared Polis. Do not stop. Because if this thing passes the Senate, which I have got a very bad feeling that it will, if this thing passes the Senate, it will then go to Polis's desk, where Polis can, as I've said before, and as you know, he's got three choices. He can ideally, and in a perfect world, he can veto this thing straight up. Just get rid of it straight up. He can sign it into the law, or he can let it sit on his desk where if it sits there for 30 days, it automatically becomes law. Now, Polis has already said that he would not sign off on any sort of gun ban or gun control bill. However, it does not mean that he can't just let it sit there on his desk until it becomes law. So we have to keep emailing, we have to keep calling, we have to keep writing these people. Um, if Polis does sign off on this, or if he lets it sit and it becomes law, which I believe is going to happen. I hate to say it, um, but I believe that is what's going to happen. But if he lets this thing become law, that is when it's already in plans. We are going to launch a class action lawsuit against the state of Colorado. Okay. As soon as I can get any kind of information on how to be a part of this, I will let you know. I promise. Um, but we are going to file a class action lawsuit on the state of Colorado because this little FOI card, I think they're calling it a COI card now because it's Colorado, but this little identification card that you have to jump through fiery hoops, that you had to pay money after pay money after pay money after pay money. And I know that was bad English, but it just came out that way. All this money that you have to pay to do these classes, to get fingerprinted, to have an extensive background check done, upward to what some people have said could be close to $1,000. Once they did that, they violated your civil rights. And it's a long, complicated kind of explanation. You can look it up. I'm not going to go into it now. But we are poised and ready to do that. All right. Another path that this could take is we could file suit on it. It goes to the Colorado Supreme Court. You have to remember the Colorado Supreme Court said it was perfectly okay to take Donald J. Trump off the 2024 presidential ballot. It took the Supreme Court of the United States of America to fix that. And it may go all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States of America to fix this. All right. Um, what we need right now, on top of all this, is we need the Attorney General. And no, not the Attorney General of the state of Colorado. We need Miss Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States of America, to start looking into this. And I've heard scuttlebutt and I've heard rumors that there are people that have went to the Department of Justice on this right now. Um, I'm not going to put that out there as being gospel, and I'm not going to say that it's fact because, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure if it is or not. It's just things that I've heard. I will look into it and see if I can find out more on it. But until then, do not stop corresponding with your local government, with the state government of Colorado. Don't stop calling, emailing, writing senators, representatives, and polis. Don't stop. All right. This is our way of rebellion. All right. It is the civil way to rebel. I cannot say that I am happy. I am hopeful because I do believe in this country. I do believe in the Constitution. I do believe in the Second Amendment. And I believe in you. I believe in the people of this state. And I think we can still beat this thing, but we cannot give up the fight. It's like the intro that I have went back to. I went back to my old intro with the Spartans saying, "This is where we hold them. This is where we fight." And for real, the state of Colorado, we are the stopgap of this thing. There are 5 other states that have already put out carbon copies of this bill that they're trying to push through before they even saw if it was going to make it in Colorado or not. So this is where we stand. And you got to remember, y'all, them 300 Spartans, they were outnumbered. They were outgunned, so to speak. But they used their brains and they held off until the rest of the army could get there. It wasn't a pretty ending for them, but they held the Persians off until the rest of the Greek army could get there. We have to be the Spartans. We have to be the people to hold the line for not only for Colorado, but for the rest of the country. All right, y'all. Until the next time, and I will get back to you when I find out more. I'm looking at doing a live. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull it together or not, but I'm looking at doing a live here pretty soon. So y'all stay tuned. If you have not already, please go up there and hit the subscribe button. And once you do, hit the bell notification so you know when the Shady Zone puts out new videos. Once you hit that bell notification, please go into it and make sure that you click on all notifications. If you are a subscriber or if you're seeing the video, you might want to go on and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel because YouTube has some pretty nasty habits that I may or may not get into in this live that I'm looking at doing. But please do that for me. As soon as I find out anything else, I will put it out there. Until then, we all need to just hold on and refuse to be silent because I, for one, refuse to watch my state become a totalitarian, communist, socialist state. I was going to say something pretty bad. But I made a promise a long time ago that I would watch my flowery language. So it's depressing, it's sad, and it makes me angry. And I know there's a lot of you out there that it makes angry too. So keep up the fight. Do not give up. Do not give in. Until the next time, y'all take care of yourselves and each other. God bless every one of you. And until the next time, hey, y'all stay shady.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these shields, boys!